Good morning everyone, it's Carol at Oak House Journals, and as you can see I've got my bits and bobs in front of me here to do Margarete Miller's Collage Weekly Planner assignment for this week. So we're on week 17. I've got my card here that I'm going to be working to. My border's already marked out as always, and I've got my prompts in front of me. So the prompts that I've chosen my pieces for this week are as follows. Something ornate. Well, I was given this recently, and obviously it's an invitation card or blank, and I've chosen this because it's absolutely beautiful. So I thought that would fit the bill, being an ornate die cut. And I'm not going to be working on this piece of card that obviously would be where the invitation details would be written. I'm going to take that away. The next prompt is a bottle or a glass, and as you can see I've got an image here of some bottles, and I thought that with that blue border all the way round, that framed that picture beautifully, and I love the colour palette on this. And I know that the prompt was a bottle or glass. I've got several here. I'm not bothered. I'm happy because these are just gorgeous. So I thought that that would look lovely tucked away behind that, so that when you open it up you get that slight frame of the navy blue all the way round the image. The next prompt is a herb or other fragrant plant. Well, this gave me the idea of what I wanted to do. So I've lifted out my favourite stickers. I love these, as you know. Surely there must be a fragrant stem of flowers in amongst the stickers that I've got here. So I'm going to be using those. A line from a poem or a song. So I've printed off a little line here, and it says, "Ungrateful he who plucked thee from thy stalk." And I thought that that would go well with the flowers that have obviously been plucked here and will be added from here to these bottles. Now this is the Faded Flower poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, which is a lovely little poem. So I've got that to use. A piece of ribbon. I've chosen this piece of silk ribbon here. Now this is hand-dyed silk ribbon because if I pop it down on here you can see that the palette is just gorgeous. I've got blues and greens and a little bit of brown on here on the ribbon that blends beautifully with the image. So I'm going to be using that. It's fraying badly, so I'm hoping that I will have some left by the time I want to use it. So I'm going to be using that little piece. So I'm going to pop it up there and try and get rid of these bits now. Oh dear. Okay, and the last prompt was a label. So true to form, I haven't got one, I've got a couple. So I've got one of samples numbers and a little one here saying approval. Not sure. I think this is I don't think it's a Tracy Fox. I think this was a chapter 1 label that I printed 4 to a page. So I'm going to be using those little ones. So I'm going to pop those all away somewhere neat and safe for the time being. And as you can see, my frame will fit nicely inside my border like that on my page. So the first thing I need to do is, obviously, it's going to be a quick hit this week, is obviously get this glued down. And if I bring these back in. So for my labels, I thought that I could put one on this bottle here and just have it like that, and this one that says approval, I'm just going to have it on there, and I've just got it off a little bit to one side on purpose, and this one, and this I thought that I would have slightly over to the left hand side like that. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, this is where I thought I would use this ribbon, and I just need to decide. I like this blue, so I thought that I could perhaps just do that with it and just pick up the blues. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just snip away this portion here. Actually, let's see if I can, yeah, I can rip it away. Whoops-a-daisy. Quite like that. Gives a softer edge. So let me try and rip away a portion on this side. Gosh, it's very feathery. So I was thinking I could perhaps have it like that, and this just on top. Now I'm going to ink the edge of this because it looks a little bit stark at the moment, and I'm just going in here with what I normally use, which is Vintage Photo, but I've gone for the Distress Oxide because I think that's a softer look. I'm going to just put a line of glue. There we go. So let's have a look at these and see what I've got. I was thinking that I might be able to use that one, or the other option is to use this one, I think. So let me have a look at both of those. I'm thinking that I'm going to need to work with that bottle. I hope you can see that in the background. So I'm thinking that might be a lighter one than using this one. So let me just have a quick look at this one. That one's going to be a bit too tall because of this. It's going to have that leaf in the wrong place. So that one's definitely not a contender, and I'm hoping this one is going to be fine. If not, I'll have to go back to the drawing board. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, they're all a bit tricky. That one is no good either. Oh, okay. Let's have a look and see what else there is. Out of all my stickers, I've decided to go with this little spray here. The others I thought all looked a little bit too big and dominant, so I've gone for something quite delicate to mimic the lightness of that spray over to the left there. So I'm just going to ease this into place. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too delicate. And it is very, very soft, but I think anything else might have been a bit too heavy on there. And obviously I'm looking for more, and actually I should walk away from this. I was wondering whether or not I could get away with maybe having one just down there. That's too heavy though. What have I got? Maybe, what about that one? Yeah, I was wondering whether I could maybe just have something like that peeping out on the bottom there, and I think I will do. So I'm going to go with that. And just to finish this piece off, I told you it was going to be very, very easy and quick this week. I'm just going to add some ribbon on here, and hopefully I can find some ribbon that is fine enough that I can tie across there. So this is what my finished piece looks like now. As you can see, I pulled out one of my tubs of ribbons, and I went all the way through this trying to find something that would work. And initially what I was thinking of, was either white or something in navy blue. Didn't really have anything in here. I did have some fine ones or very thin ones that I thought might work, but when I actually tied them on here, no, I didn't like how they looked. So I've used a piece of this, which is organza ribbon, and I've just tied a little very loose knot. Let's just pop that out of the way. A very loose knot on the top, and if I just unpick it quickly, I need to be pretty careful about this because obviously this is a paper die cut, so it's quite delicate. And as you can see, all I've done is I've threaded it through the apertures in that rose. So if I just pull that out of the way and open it up. So going through the prompts, something ornate. Well, this was my lovely die cut invitation card here. A bottle or a glass. Well, I've got my bottles here. A herb or other fragrant plant. Well, I'm hoping that this little one down here and this little one or this little spray up here will be fragrant. If not, I can always fall back on this because to me this looks like it's a lilac sprig. A line from a poem or a song. Well, I've got the first line from The Faded Flower by Coleridge. A piece of ribbon. Well, I've got my hand-dyed silk ribbon underneath the poem, and a label. Well, I've got 2 labels on there, and my other piece of ribbon is obviously here. So let me just shut this up and show you how I've done the closure. As you can see, I'm just threading it through a couple of what should be the petals of the rose and through that little piece there, like that. And then just very gently holding it closed with my fingers, just putting a little knot and just gently pulling it. So I'm leaving it just like that. So there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Hope you like this piece. I have to say I'm pleased with it. Very simple, and as soon as I saw this frame I knew more or less what I wanted to do with it. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. So until then, everybody, take care and bye bye from me. Bye bye.